This is a brass bucket from the mid to late 19th century, and this form of bucket is often referred to as a campaign bucket, and I've always wondered how it got its title. Well, Roderick Butler of Roderick Butler Antiques in Honiton has answered the question. He gave a talk to the Antique Metalware Society and also wrote in one of their newsletters about buckets, and he refers to these buckets as having been made in India, and he particularly picks out the area of Pune. Well, Pune had a rich history of working sheet metal, and in 1819 the British Army set up station there, and of course they would have created a demand for these buckets. They would have been very useful in camp life, very good for carrying water, taking feed to animals, etc, etc. A very practical bit of equipment. And he also notes that they were made in 13 different sizes. This is one of the smaller ones. They ranged from 7 inches in diameter up to 11 inches. This one is just under 8.5 inches in diameter. And some examples of these have been found with a broad arrow mark on them, proving that they were bought by the Board of Ordnance for use by the military. So used by the army, a short step from that to them being called campaign buckets. And they're quite well made. You've got a nice turned lip to this bucket, and also the fittings for the handle and also the ring base to allow it to stand nice and easy have been fitted on with copper rivets. A small concession to decoration are these pairs of tram lines incised to the brass, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, and you've got some more on the rim base as well. For modern use, of course, it's still quite a practical thing to have. I can imagine filling this full of ice and putting a good bottle in it to keep cool, a waste paper basket of course, or you might even put a flower pot in it. So there we have it, a brass bucket made in India, mid to late 19th century in date, and quite a practical, useful piece of equipment still.